Greetings, everyone. So this is the Wednesday live, and in this live, I'm going to be answering a lot of the questions and also sharing some of the things that in your comments and in your emails you have said perhaps you would like to share this. So that's what this live is for. So I'm going to just go ahead and get started. I also want to use this opportunity of coming on Wednesdays, and we're going to see how this works. I'm going to be coming on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to do it for the next few weeks, and we'll see how it goes. And after that, I'll make a decision as to whether or not I'm going to keep going. So I'm going to, okay, I see people, I see thumbs up, but I don't see any comments. So I don't know if that's just that people are waiting until there's something to comment about, or my system is not showing the comments today. But if you are commenting, I want you to know I don't see them. Okay, so I'm gonna write a comment just to see. Hello out there, because I see people, but I don't see. Okay, so hello out there. I'm going to just say that. And okay, so it does work. Okay. All right, hell, Nathan. Okay, so I guess it's a Wednesday afternoon and everybody's feeling a little laid back. Thank you for being here, Anna, Nathan. Thank you. Okay, it's a lot different than our Saturday nights where it's just a real rambunctious crowd, and we just are in party mode. Now I see people. I was thinking that my chat wasn't working. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so let me give everybody a little bit of FaceTime because I know people love that. Okay, so hello, Nathan, and let's see, we have Anna. It's nice to see you live. It's good to be here, Anna. I'm so glad you're here on this Wednesday afternoon. Diego, yes, finally I'm here for you live. Taught me most of my projects. You inspired me to knit. Oh, thank you so much. That means a lot to me, Diego. Okay, and hi, Sarah. And Nareda, good afternoon, Nareda in the house. Nareda, so happy that you're here today. And Francis, and here's Cheryl. Welcome, all of you. Hope everyone is well. Well, you know what, Nareda? I'm hoping that everyone is well too. And I don't know if I had started talking before people were coming in, but I was saying that I also want to use these Wednesdays, watching you from the Turkey. Well, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. And of course, Cheryl says, get your email. We can work out whatever. Okay, I will. Cheryl, you're so kind. Yes. So, and Kathy, hi. Okay, I was saying that I want to use this Wednesday to answer some of the questions and answers that I receive in the comments and also in the emails, and also share the things. Sometimes I get comments where people are saying, would you share this with your viewers? And so that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, she's talking to, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. Is I'm going to start off with some comments that some people have written, that maybe these are things that you've had on your mind too, and so maybe we can just kill a lot of birds with one stone. And so I'm going to start with the first one. This is from a lady named Adela, and she says, this is in reference to the 10-stitch blanket. She said, I was doing good until the end, and I'm going to come back to the comments. I was doing good until the end where you put those clips on the yarn. So I just took the whole thing apart. And so I said, Adela, no! Okay, so what I want to do is very briefly just go over that part, because I'm sure that's the part where a lot of people get confused on the 10-stitch blanket tutorial that I put up. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is a video within that video that you can only get to from the pinned comment or from the description box. There's a link to what is called the amendment to the 10-stitch blanket. I hid it in there because I thought it alone would be too confusing to people. They'd say, well, this isn't the 10 stitch blanket. So there is a hidden video in there if you get confused that will help you get to the end. So I'm going to come back to the comments, but I just want to kind of do that for anybody that's, let me go do the demo over here. Okay, so after you've done your 2 squares, right? What we're going to do, the idea is that we want to join this piece right here. We actually want to make it into join this piece. We want it to join. We want it together like that. But the way the 10 stitch is done is we're not going to just put loops around each of these things and join it. That's what makes it magical. We're only going to take 1 loop at a time. And on the edge of this piece that we're going to join, that's where you get to just choose the loops that you want to use. Okay, so let's say my first loop I'm going to use this loop right here. And we're always and only going to be putting it on that first peg. We never put any loops on any pegs except the first peg. So once you have it on your first peg, then you're going to go and do you're going to do the E-wrap. Where am I at now? You're going to do the E-wrap all across until you get back to that 1 loop. And this is what you're going to do for each loop that you put on that first peg until that whole side is attached. Okay, so now you have the 2 pegs down here because one of them is the one we just put on. And you're going to pull that up, all of that over, and you're going to do the same thing and go all the way back down, all the way. And then when you get to the end of this row, then you're going to come back. And once we get to the end, okay, and now we're going to do the purl row. So then we're going to do the purl, and I'm going to go ahead and do this row so you have an idea, because that is a place of confusion. And I'm sorry that Adela took her everything apart. Okay, so here you go. I was saying also that I'd like to use these Wednesdays as kind of a little inspiration. I want to leave when I leave, I want to leave with an inspirational message, very short, but I just feel like during these uncertain times, there may be people who just need to hear a message of upliftment. I know that many of my subscribers have sent me messages that really made me feel good and have uplifted me. And I'd like to share just a word or two. So we're going to do this we're doing all the purls. We're doing the whole row of purls. Okay. All right. So once you've done that, okay, so that's how that goes. And once you've done that, you're going to go find you another loop on this edge here. So the way I felt it was good for me is I just marked where I saw the upcoming loops to be. And that way I didn't have to think about it so much when it was time to just add a loop. And so you can decide to use the little knot if you want to. It's up to you what you want to use as your loop. Okay, and then when you get your loop, you're always going to be facing it down. So you have your next loop and you're going to face it down always and only on that first peg. So that's, now where am I? So that's, all right, so that's the 10 stitch. Let me get back to the comments and then I'm going to share some more stuff with you. Okay, so yes. So I hope that makes it a little clearer, a little plainer for everybody. And let me see who's over here. Okay, okay. So Nareda, it says, hope everyone is well. And then, oh yeah, okay. So from Turkey in the house, Cheryl. Okay, Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Welcome. And okay, so you're not talking to me. Hi, Robert. How are you today? Welcome. Thank you for being here. And there's Cheryl. Cheryl is just saying hello to everyone. And he's saying hi to Cheryl. Okay, is Wambui finally post a new video? Are you asking that I finally post a new video? It's been a while, hasn't it? Okay. Hi, how are you? Hi. Hi, you are a ray of sunshine. Love your crafts. I learned so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's always help before frog. Yeah, before tearing the whole project down. Yeah, Wambui, you can uplift so many crafters. Oh, thank you so much. So what I want to do now is I'm just going to go down through some of the other tips and things that people have given me to share with you. This is from Luna. And Luna said, I bought stainless steel darning needles. I broke the plastic ones. After using them about 10 or so times, my plastic needles broke in half. She was doing some real loom knitting. Okay. So I melted the end. But listen to this. I didn't do it yet, but what she's talking about is the needle broke. So she melted the end and rolled it into a point after it was broken. She had a little short piece here, and she rolled it into a point and to use as a short needle. It worked well that way. So don't throw away broken plastic needles. Just melt the tip and shape it into a round point as it cools. And this is much easier. This is a much easier way to cast off. So she's saying, let me get this out. So she's saying that if you have plastic needles, that when you're casting off, they can be a little long sometimes. So what she's saying is that her needles breaks her needles, and then she just heats them up to get a new point, and then she has a shorter needle, and she finds working with that easier. I have not tried that, but that's something you might want to try, using a short plastic needle or not discarding a needle just because it's broken. Okay, so there you go. Okay, Rhonda says, Wambui, which is better, the Flexi Loom? And if you all feel you have any answers to any of these things, then please let me know, because a lot of times, a lot of you, Cheryl, know a lot more about what's going on than I do. Rhonda said, Wambui, which is better, the Flexi Loom or the KB wooden looms for making hats for adults, teens, toddlers, etc.? The Flexi looms move around a lot. I'm not sure I'd like them. So what I would say is that if you're not sure you're going to like it, then stick with what you do like. So I think the Flexi looms work great. I don't know. A lot of people like the Flexi looms. But if you're new to making the hats, then having something steady, I think, would be the best thing. I can't say one is better than the other, but it boils down always to what you are comfortable using. Okay, so let's see what's here. Robert is doing well. Okay, there's Betty. Hi, Betty. Hi, Tina. It's weird that you're posting this, that I'm going live. Yeah, it is weird that I'm going live on a Wednesday in the middle of the week. Yeah, it feels strange to me too. The squishy that comes in your diamond painting kit, cut them and create stitch markers. The squishy, cut the little squishy thing that you pick up the diamonds with. Okay. All right. That's all right. Lots of tips here. Okay. So do you know if Walmart sells Flexi looms? I don't know if Walmart does. You know who sells Flexi looms is the lady who sells the wooden looms, Sendwood. I know you can get them at Sendwood and at the knitting board. Maybe Joann's, but I don't know about Walmart's. I never looked at Walmart's, but Sendwood has them, and Joann's has them. Mm-hmm. I know that Michael's does not have them. They do not carry them. Flexi looms for sure. You can set up your Flexi loom to not move using the non-movable links every other. Okay, so Cheryl says to this question, she's saying the Flexi looms for sure, because you can set it up with the non-movable pegs so that you can use it. So I guess it's just, in the end, Cheryl, I guess you're going to have to just do whatever we feel comfortable doing. So I'm going to leave it to Rhonda. Rhonda, we have a draw. Flexi loom or the wooden KB looms. So Is really what you feel. If you already feel like, here's the thing though, if she already feels like she's not going to like it, then she should probably go to the one that she kind of feels more comfortable with. Okay. Now, Lynette, I'm going to go. Lynette says, and this is in reference to the Afghan loom. And Lynette says, okay, so wait a minute, let me see. And then Elizabeth says, I have Sandwood loom. I love it. A 20 peg one is great. Okay, yeah. So then if you've shopped there before, then they didn't always have the flexi looms, but they do sell them now. So, okay. No, Cheryl, it's a good suggestion. It's a good suggestion because everybody, has their own thing. And if that's what you feel is the best thing to do, then that's the best thing to do. So she did ask, right? So she wanted an opinion. All we can do is give our opinions. And I thank you for that, Cheryl. Okay. Hello, Martina. And Marguerite. Hi, welcome. Okay. And she's talking to Cheryl. And I forgot it was Wednesday. Okay, well, welcome. Let me go on here and see what somebody else is saying. Okay, so now this is Lynette. She's speaking about the Afghan loom. She says, for your viewers in the UK, I am buying from UK knitting looms because now she says, I'm going to eBay to buy from UK knitting looms because they have the Afghan looms with the pegs that are 9 centimeter. I don't know if that's a typo, but because 9 is really big, 9 centimeters apart. So I can use 2 strands of DK. Okay, so I went to see what those looms look like and see how far these, it does seem like there's a lot of space, much more space between their looms than what we commonly see. So that's what, so I don't know. So she just wanted me to share that if you want some Afghan looms with big spaces between the pegs for whatever reason, then on eBay, there's a place, the UK Looms, where you can get the looms with big pegs. And Janet said, I had a question at the long loom. This is in reference to the long loom. She says, how can I make some black and then some maroon blanket? Like if I start black and then want the other to be maroon. And if you're on the long loom, again, if you have suggestions, I welcome them, But what I would suggest, because it sounds like she's new, so that she doesn't have to change yarn all the time, and she's on the long loom, is to make panels, one panel that's maroon and one panel that's black and one that's maroon and one that's black. So that's what I would suggest if you want to have a blanket that's maroon and black. Let's see, eating lunch. Okay, narrator's eating lunch and listening. Okay, KB Looms has great all-in-one looms. Sinwood, I'm going to read from over here. Sinwood are awesome too. The only loom that is to be careful would be a boy loom because it has hooks at the ends that can catch the yarn. Okay, so there you go. I don't hear a lot of good things about the boy looms in any case, but yeah, the KB looms are great, and the customer service there, at least the time whenever I've called there twice. It seemed like each time I spoke to Cindy herself, and just a really nice lady. But yes, the KB looms, there are okay. So and then Martina says you can also order it at Amazon. That's where I got mine. Okay, the flexi looms. Okay, Amazon. There you go, Amazon. All right, and then Cheryl says these are infinity looms that need super bulky yarn or jumbo. Okay, so they need the really, really jumbo yarn. Those ones from the UK. Okay, yeah, because those are some really big spaces there. Okay, so old gum wrapper says, could you do a flat stitch headband? And okay, so I don't think I'll do a flat stitch headband. And again, if you know some stuff I don't know, let me know. But the reason why I wouldn't do a flat stitch headband is because the flat stitch doesn't stretch as much. It doesn't give as much. And yeah, I think you want the headband to be able to stretch out and feel comfortable. And I feel like using the flat stitch wouldn't do that. That's why I use the flat stitch for the coasters and the placemats, because it was a tight weave. Okay, so I don't know. If you agree, let me know. If not, then we'll tell her otherwise. Let me see. My socks always look like hospital socks. Well, I have never made any socks, so I can't. Well, I don't know what to say to that, but yeah, hospital socks are not the best. KB is knitting board. Cindy Wood Looms is a different maker, but great. Yes, KB is not Cindywood, but Cindywood, I guess, is an affiliate of the KB knitting board. So that's why she sells those the looms. Okay, look at here, Angie. Well, hi there, Angie. Okay. In reference to the long loom, these a few people have had these same comments. So I'm going to read 2 comments that they've had in that reference to the long loom scarves. Okay. And she says, blah, blah, blah. However, each time the cast on end of the scarf is wider than the other end, and the cast on row is loose and loopy compared to the rest of the scarf. How do I fix it? And also, Pat also, well, a few other people too. I found, Pat is saying, I found a bind off using a crochet hook. It is not as nice as yours, but it helps to, make it not so stretchy on one end. I didn't even realize that it was that stretchy, the long loom. In fact, right now, I feel like I need to hide that video until I figure out a better cast off, because I went back and got my first scarves that I made, and I thought they were fine, but then, because this is the cast off end right here, okay, this is the cast on end, okay, so yeah, I was just so happy to have it. I didn't even know that the ends are very different. Okay, so I'm probably going to unlist that video because I don't want people to keep having trouble. Here's one I did with the long loom, and I use a thicker yarn. Let me put it down here where you can see better. Okay, so, all right, so here is the end, one end. That's the cast on end, and here's the cast. All right, so here's the cast on end, here's the cast off end. So that's what the difference is like. Okay, so to me, I didn't even really, I guess I just didn't care that much. So I was so happy to have the scarf, but it does seem to be an issue. And so I might just end up unlisting that video until I find a better way to make a match. I was able to come up with a way to make my ends match when I take them off the round loom. I know how to do the chain stitch cast off so that it matches on both ends, but I haven't figured out how to get the long loom cast off to match the long loom cast on. So, so she says, I can suggest a headband, and add a hairband knitting the ends together so it stretches. So that way you would use, so you're saying so that way they can use the flat stitch. It wouldn't matter because you would be adding another piece. That's a very good idea, Cheryl. Okay, I have KB looms, but they are for chunky yarn. Where do you find KB looms for other types of yarn? Okay, so I would go to the KB knitting board, right to their site. That is their main site, and see exactly everything that they sell is going to be right there. Their site is called Knitting Board, though. It's the KB Knitting Board or knittingboard.com, and you can see all of the things that they have there. So, are you talking about the flexi looms in particular? Because, yeah. let me know if you're talking about the flexi looms or looms in general. Okay. And then you must select cast on and bind off that works with your project. There are many to choose from. Well, I'm sure that there are. And I am still deciding which one to choose to make both of those work. Okay. Beautiful Wambui. Are you making single or double knit? I am making Cheryl, I don't even know. It's a cross stitch that works for the long loom where I go across and around. I don't have one set up here, but I'm not purling and I'm not doing any standalone loom knit stitch. I'm doing a stitch just for the long loom. So Lucy Ann. Well, that's what we're trying to do. In fact, Pat said she was able to do it with a crochet hook. So I'm going to be, I've been experimenting with how to do some cast off. So, okay, good to know. Sure got my back. But otherwise, I probably am going to hide that video until I come up with a cast off so that people don't do this whole scarf and then they're frustrated because the end doesn't match. Can you show me an easy vest or crocheted short banero or jacket with arm sleeves only so I can wear with my dresses? Not long sleeves, but not sleeveless. Okay. Okay, she's very specific. She knows what she wants. Okay, so I think she needs a personal designer. Here's what I'm working on. I was working on this right here. See this right here? Let me show you this. Okay, let me show you. See this right here? Okay, I was going to do an adult version of this here as a little sweater. I originally did this because my granddaughters had some LOL dolls that someone gave them for Christmas. And the dolls are very lovely, but they're dressed very not good. So I was making sweaters for them to cover their dolls up with. And well, when I was making the sweaters, I said, why don't I just make a neater, bigger version for us. So this is something that I'm working on. I'm trying to do a sweater that would be our size and not just the LOL doll sizes. Okay, so, all right, so let me see here. No, not the flexi looms. I have the set of rounds and a set of long looms, and both of these sets. Okay, and I have a set of rounds and a set of long looms and both sets. So you have that. Okay, so then to find out what else KB has, then I believe it's knittingboard.com or either kbknittingboard.com, and you can find everything they have there. And I have ordered things from them and they come really quickly. Okay, so, and then Martina says, I just learned how to make washcloths from your video. Yay! Yeah, I enjoy the washcloths. I know that at the holiday time, a lot of people, including my own daughter, made those scrubbies and washcloths and scrubbies, and that was her Christmas present to a lot of people. Thank you, Martina, for watching. If top to bottom, that is double knit, those are different casts on and binds off. Well, okay, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Okay, so you're the person that I need to talk to. I like all your videos. Hi, Marguerite. Thank you. I am making the leg warmers. Oh, yeah, the leg warmers were very popular. Thank you so much. I enjoyed making them, too. Yes, very nice. Sweaters are very easy using double knit. Okay. Okay, let's go on. Let's see. I think where are we at now? We're at who? Now we have Nancy says, in reference to the basket weave scarf, she says, do you happen to have a pattern of the pattern written out? I do not have the pattern written out. Well, that's not true. I have it written out, and a few people have asked me to post it, and I keep saying I'm going to post it, and I haven't. But this is to put a fire under me to go ahead and post the pattern. One of the things with the patterns is one of the reasons why I do the videos is because I'm doing it for people who visually just want to see what's going on, not necessarily the people who know how to read patterns or enjoy reading patterns. So I was doing one or the other, and so I thought just to post a video would work. But I will do that basket weave scarf. I will post that. And let's see. Thank you very much. I love the videos. I love the washcloths. It's my go-to bind off. Hi, Fire Phoenix 515. Welcome. And then Stephanie says, yes, that I was wanting to know if you could make ladies socks on the knitting loom with the heel. I'm going to tell you, you know what? Let me stop right here. Let me just share some things with you all. Okay. I have a love of crafting. I love sewing. I've done quilt making. I've done card making, sublimation, all kinds of stuff. If it's a craft, I want to learn how to do it. I discovered loom knitting only just a little bit before my channel started. I didn't know how to loom knit, and it took me a little while to figure it out. And I personally found a lot of the videos that I found to be a little confusing. And so finally, when I figured out how to do the loom knitting, that's when I decided to make my first video, because I said, well, let me just break it down the way that I would need it broken down. And so that's when I did the video. So I'm saying all this to say that I don't come with any loom knitting credentials from high universities or anything. I have been learning along with you. And when you ask me a question, then I go and try to figure out how to make it work. I don't want to be guilty of stealing someone else's work or stealing someone else's pattern. So most of the things that you see, which is why it takes me so long to get a video out, I go and try to figure out, how do I do this? And so a lot of the things that people ask, they sound like great ideas, and I want to do them. But I feel like even if I go to someone else's video to get bits and pieces, I still got to figure it out. And before I do a video on it, I got to at least make one or two of them, because I can't just go blindly showing you if I haven't completed it myself. And so that's why it takes me so long to do a video and to come up with different projects. I'm still learning along with you. So, let's see, I was just wanting to know if you could make ladies. So to say that, so Firefox, so that's Stephanie. Yes. So I want to make some socks so badly. I want some socks. And I'm working on that. And as soon as I feel comfortable making them, believe me, I will be right back here with a video breaking it down so that everybody can have some socks. But you're talking about not even to mention a sock with a heel. But thank you so much, Stephanie. Thank you for asking, and thank you for being here. And yeah, I'm working on so many projects, so little time. Thank you. But I appreciate it, Stephanie. I know how to make. Okay. So maybe we need to see, that's what people are going to say. Well, so we need a group so that everybody can share how to do things, because you all know how to make a whole lot of things that I don't know how to make. Hi, Deborah. And then, okay, love making socks on the loom. See, all of you are already ahead of me. Okay, love. And let's see. Hi, working and lurking, honey. Love you. Okay, that's Crafting Journey, who was our special guest. Rebecca, our special guest for last weekend. Okay, loom knit socks on Loom Eagle Kitchener method. Okay, so I'm gonna check that out. So many things to know. Okay, so now let me just see. I just want to do a few more before we move on. I know that it's in the middle of the day and people got things to do. Okay, placemat would love. Okay, so this person is saying, I'm thinking that you can still see me even if this thing is over. Okay, this person is saying, I love the placemat, blah, blah, blah. Do you have a video with a round placemat? The same answer, still working on doing round things. A lot of people have shared with me and asked me to share with everybody the use of the straw to feed the yarn through. I think I touched on that one day in the live. The straw, I think I touched on this, and you probably already know this. I knew this, but I don't like doing it. And that's where you take the straw and you would put your yarn down through the straw. And the hardest part is getting the yarn into the straw. And there you go. Okay. Okay. All right. So once you have your yarn through the straw, then you take the needle off. And now this is what you would use to put your loop in here. And I don't have a blank. I don't have a. Okay, so let's go with the more right here. All right, so then this would work something like this, where you would have your loop on, and then you would use this to help with winding so that you don't have to use your fingers. And so a lot of people prefer this way. Where am I? Okay, so a lot of people prefer this when they're wrapping. So you would wrap like that. So, can you see? So you would wrap like that, and you don't have to use your fingers, and it works really good for the Afghan looms where it's really tight getting in there. So a lot of people have asked me to share this, and these little straws, they come in different versions. Some people say they just take a ballpoint pen, take the innards out of the ballpoint pen, and that's how they get one of the straws. And so you might want to experiment with that and see if that's something that you enjoy using. Okay, and now, where am I? Okay, so I'm just going to do a few more, come back to the comments. Let me see what you're saying over here. Okay, what makes you... Okay, so let me move this out of the way. What, Wambui, that makes you a very clever loom knit socks on a loom? Okay, Yesimi. What is the craziest thing that you have made? The craziest thing that I have made, oh my God, what is the I think the craziest thing that I have made was for the dolls, when I made them these little doll sweaters. When I made the doll sweaters for their dolls, so they'd be more covered up and wouldn't be dressed like little hookers. So that's a good question. If I think of something else, I'll let you know. Okay, she's saying, hey to Rebecca, you need to have subscribers as guests on the podcast so that everyone can share their talents. Well, Elaine, I've been trying to do that. In fact, I've been asking that if anybody wants to come on, if you want to come on, just let me know. Just email me. Let me get this out of here. Just email me. And here at Wambui, at wambuimadeit.com, you just email me and say, hey, I want to come on. And anybody is welcome to come on. I will send you a link. And you can come on through phone, iPad, or computer. And it's very simple. You just click the link and a page will pop up, and then I can just bring you on, just like we did Rebecca on Saturday. So that is a great idea. And I'm just waiting for somebody to let me know they want to come. So Elaine, if you would like to be that first person, I would love that. But that's exactly what I would like to happen. Thank you, Elaine. Let's see here. Tennisor is a help to people with doing tension. Okay, I'm sure. help a sister out. Tennis, I don't know what. See, you know so much. I don't even know what that is. No, I don't know. People doing E-rap. Okay, so Cheryl, I need you to explain to this woman what exactly you're talking about. Okay, and here's Pat. What a wonderful surprise to go on live. Hi, Pat. Wonderful to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. Great for double knit. Okay, so that's all right. You can take a piece of wire, cut it long enough so that it can go inside the looming pin and out the other end, fold it in half, catch the yarn, and just pull it through. And there you go. There you go. You all are just so clever and full of wonderful ideas. Thank you, Pat. So there you go. So you just take a piece of wire and you stick it and pull it through, and that way you don't have to push like I was doing. Okay. Thank you so much, Pat. You're just a beginner. Oh, but okay. Well, if you ever do want to come in and share any of the things that you have, I am trying to get other people to come on and share some things with us. Okay, so thank you, Elaine. And Darlene says hi, and she's a friend of Courtney's friend. Let's see, do I have any more comments I wanted to cover today? Oh, I think I just have one more. Illuminating General Straw. Okay. Yeah, I have two more things. One, how do you make a basket weave baby blanket? So I have not done a basket weave baby blanket. I have done a basket weave scarf. So what I would recommend is just take the scarf and make as many panels as you would need for a baby's blanket. It shouldn't be too many for a baby's blanket. I'm going to say maybe five panels of the scarf, and then you would join them together, and that would give you a basket weave baby blanket in a quick way. Okay, so that's going to do it for, unless you all have more, unless you have more questions that you want to ask right now. On the Wednesdays, I just want to jump on and kind of tension. Okay, tension. The straw is used for the tension. Thank you. Okay, gotcha now, Cheryl. Thank you. Tension. Okay, and Fire Phoenix 515 says she's making flowers. You know, I actually bought that flower maker thing. Oh, I didn't do Betty's question. I'll do Betty's question in a minute. I bought that. I don't see it. Okay, let me get it. Okay, talk among yourselves. Well, okay. So, do you just make yours freehand, Fire Phoenix 515? You just make yours just with the loom? Because let me put it over here so everybody can see better. I bought this little thing. I bought this. Okay, so here. Okay, so I bought this little thing right here. And now I can't get it open. I can't get it. I'm stuck. Okay. I bought this little thing right here. And it's supposed to, this is the beginning of a flower, and it's supposed to show you how to make flowers. And it has all of these sections that come with it to make the flowers. So I guess that's cheating, but that's the way that I was going to make some flowers. And once I know how to use that little gadget, of course I'll come back and demonstrate it. So you're making flowers. Okay, you're making yours freehand though. You don't need a little gadget. Okay, use the same type of join as a 10 stitch. Ooh, okay. All right. Okay, now I'm lost because the way I was thinking of joining was that you just join knit, whip them together with a whip stitch like that. But I don't know if she's new, then doing the 10 stitch join might be a little more confusing. But I hadn't thought of that, doing the 10 stitch join on anything but the 10 stitch. Courtney taught you how to, okay. I like doing diamond painting. Okay. I would like to participate on your show. Memory, this is Stephanie, and I would really love to do so. Well, Stephanie, here you go. All right. So Stephanie, email me And the next time I go live, if you're available, or the next time that we're both available together, then I would be happy to bring you on. Okay? So there you go. That's great. All right. So we got our first subscriber person to be on with us. And so let's see here. Morning, just woken up here in New Zealand. Wambui, do you use the Cricut maker? Yes, I have the maker, and I just got the scan and cut, which I'm thinking I even like better because it's just smoother to me. Do you have scan and cut? Do you have? I'm sure you do, Cheryl. You have the scan and cut. I'm new here. Courtney got me on. That's great. Welcome. Say hi to Courtney. Courtney's always here. You can make so many fun accessories for your knitting on the flower maker. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try doing that and adding things. I have one of those, and I have different. Okay, so you have the flower maker. Okay, so as soon as I feel comfortable with it, I'll make a video on how to do it for those who may not. Okay, two video for blanket. Oh, Miss Cheryl is so full of things. Okay. Okay. All right. There you go. I'm going to look that up, Cheryl. Okay. And then I got 2, and I ordered mine from Wish app. Oh, 2 of the little flower makers. Oh, this is kind of, so we're still on this. Let me go back over there and say, so you're talking about 2 of these little things right here? Yeah, where did I get mine? I got mine from HSN. HSN. Every now and then HSN has some craft stuff over there. And then, thank you, Martina. And then I have that loom to make flowers, but had problems using it. Maybe I'll try again. Well, yeah, that's why I'm working on it. And like I said, as soon as I can figure it out, I will do a video on it so that everybody else can make some flowers if you don't know how to. Where am I? Okay, so I have a loom, flowers, but problems using it. She is making a flower bracelet. Oh, okay, that sounds good. Hi, Pittsburgh in the house. I want to get a maker. You can teach me Cricut, and you teach me looms. Okay. Okay, that sounds like a plan. All right. So you know what? What time is it? It is 1:48. If you all don't have it, oh, you know what? I didn't do Betty. Let me do Betty. Betty had sent me an email with a question. And okay, so Betty's question was, and Betty, do you mind? Well, is Betty still here? Betty, do you mind if I show your picture? Because Betty has her hat on, and sometimes people are camera shy. They don't want me to show. To sell the original KB loom. Oh, so in the meantime, Betty, if you're there, let me know whether or not you want me to. It's okay for me to show your picture on this live. I want to get the maker. And then she says H&N was first to sell the original KB loom. Trivia there. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I don't have television, but I watch HSN and QVC from time to time. I don't watch it, but I like a lot of their products. I like the clothes. I like all my fashions. In fact, this is something I got from QVC. I like QVC for the fashions. And I like HSN for the crafting days and crafting stuff they have sometimes. Yes. Okay. So Betty, maybe Betty is not here. I don't know. Well, Betty, I'm thinking there's a delay, or maybe Betty had to leave. Okay. So Betty, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the responsibility that Betty showed me her hat. And so as you can see, now Betty is the lady that makes all the really great jewelry. If you've ever been on the Saturday Lives, she makes that incredible jewelry. And so she sent me this with her hat there, and the seams are stretching apart. One of the things now, so we can chime in, Cheryl, chime in, anybody, Fire Phoenix, everybody, Darlene, whoever, Martina. I'm thinking that the yarn was too thin for the peg, the distance of the pegs. So That's what I'm thinking. And I'm also thinking that perhaps her hat should have been on a peg that was a little bit bigger so that it wouldn't stretch out like that. So let me know what your suggestions are for her. But I know I was looking at this hat. I was looking at this hat right here. And I hope Betty doesn't get mad at me for showing that picture. Okay, so demo. Okay, so I was looking at this hat right here. And I know that when you stretch it, then you can see those seams really, really well. So I'm thinking one of the things is to just make your hat bigger so it doesn't have to stretch out like that. Because when it stretches out like that, then you see all the seams in there. But I also did this hat on the same loom, and I used a thicker yarn, and it doesn't have that problem because the yarn is thick, so you don't see that. So I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of the yarn being too thin for the gauge of the pegs, and also the yarn being a little too thin. Okay, so what's going on? So looks like she has laddering. Yes, not the yarn. She slipped a stitch. So that's what you're saying, is that she slipped a stitch. Let's see. Let me bring Betty back. Okay, so you're saying that, but it's consistent. So you're saying she like skipped. When you say slip a stitch, do you mean that she's actually skipped those stitches in there? Looks like she has laddering, not the yarn. Easy fix with a crochet hook. Okay. I have another question for you. Do you know? Okay, so Betty will probably catch this on the replay because I told her I was going to talk about her hat today. I didn't tell her I was going to show her a picture though. So I hope we're still friends after this. But let's see. So, okay, so you can fix it with a crochet hook. Okay, so these are things that I still need to know. I have another question for you. Do you know how to crochet? If so, let me know, because I know how to make roses by crocheting them. Thank you. I used to crochet. I used to make blankets, afghans. I used to make those little squares with the flowers in them and then attach the squares together when I was crocheting. And so, yeah, I would like to get back to crocheting. Yeah, I would love to get back to crocheting. She only has hat laddering on the 2 pegs. Easy fix, not about the yarn. It's not about the yarn, okay. I found that number 4 worsted yarn doesn't do well on the loom because it's a little too thin, right? It's got to be. I find that myself. That's why I prefer working with the thicker yarns. But so she says that she has. So it's an easy fix. So, but it would take. But Cheryl, you're saying it's an easy fix, but she needs to fix it with the crochet hook. There's a way she can fix it with the crochet hook. And you're saying I found the number 4 worsted yarn. I find the 4 worsted yarn. I don't like making hats for that yarn with if it's less than a 5. I don't like making hats with it. Okay. You can send. Okay, if you can send a link to a video on how to repair it, I will make sure that she sees it. Well, I would see it too. She's made to make the tighter on a big loom. That's not okay. She needs to make it tighter on a big loom. That's how I found out. Make it tighter on a bigger loom, like so that it doesn't stretch out so much. Okay, so, but okay, so I'm gonna look at Cheryl's video as well. Okay, so okay, so I'm getting ready to close out. Unless you have another question, I've covered everything I was going to cover today. I was trying to keep it short, and one of the things that I want to do. Let me see. Chair back here. So one of the things that I want to do is always end with an inspirational message. One of the things that I think I've always talked about, how I believe that. Wait a minute. Let me see what I made. A chart for yarn and gauge. If Loom, I can send it if you wish. Okay, that would be great. Okay, so I'm getting ready to close out. Again, if you have a question, go ahead and ask the question. I'll still get to your question if you have it today. I'm going to close out, and I've always thought, I don't know, right now I just feel so full. I just, I've always thought of loom knitting, crafts in general, as I thought of crafts as like a way to meditate. It's a meditation. It's one of the great meditations because we, as I said in the Saturday Live, it takes you away from the real world. And I'm feeling, I'm tearing up here because I just feel like there's somebody that needs a message today. And I would like to leave you with a message. And it's about value and about who you are. And I'm going to start it this way. I'm going to start by saying that yesterday I read that the net worth of Mr. Jeff Bezos, who is the CEO and founder of Amazon. I'm not dogging anybody. I'm not dogging. I just want to tell you this. This is just part of what I'm saying. That his net worth is I wrote it down. His net worth is $181.3 billion. And Bill Gates is only $134 billion. And this was as of the 29th, which was only a few days ago. And so I know that sometimes when you're living in uncertain times, you feel like what's the point? What is the value? I have no value. It's like these people have all the power and they have all this net worth and everything. And so what I want to remind you of, for those who may have forgotten, because we always know stuff, but we just forget it, especially if we're going through some stuff, we forget stuff. And what I want to leave you with is that that's a net worth of not the person. The net worth is the worth of the things that they own. But that each person has no more value than any other person. And that each of us is just as valuable as a Jeff Bezos, a Oprah Winfrey, or any of these people who we look at and we say, oh my God, they're so rich and they have this house and they have that and they have this and that and this and that and this, that. That's stuff that they own. But what I want to leave you with is about the worth, your self-worth. And I just want to leave you with the message. I just feel like somebody needs this message today, that our value, we are invaluable. There is no price tag that can be put on us. And just to understand and remember that there's nobody more valuable than anybody else. And that I don't believe that I'm talking to on this live, and I don't believe on the replay, the people who are going to come are people who were created by a machine, that we all came from a great divine source. And that when things look troublesome and things look not so good, and you may say, oh my God, how am I ever going to make it? And how am I ever going to do this? That you just have to understand that you're here for a reason, and that you have value and you have worth, and that there's no one that's more worthy or more valuable than you are. There are people who have a lot of things that are worth a lot of money, but that person is still a human being, and that person was created to the same way that you were created and came through the same, well, not the same, but a birth canal, just like you did. And so that's what I just want to leave you with, about the value of who you are. And I could go on because I love talking about this inspiring people and making people feel good. So I just wanted to say that. I'm going to go back over here to the comments, and then I'm going to probably thank you. KB Looms has a loom with yarn 4, 6-ply yarn will make up better than, that's what I believe. Bless you. Okay, yes. So Betty, you heard all the suggestions that you have for your hat. Keep looming. I do my best to help. I'm in an airport going home after finally being able to see my sons and grandsons after 16 months. Okay, so very sad to be leaving. Thank you for being here to give me a smile. Thank you so much. I don't know why I feel like crying today. Okay. How about looming, relaxing, and less stress? I have a question. Okay, I'm going to answer the question. Okay, okay. If I can, I'm going to answer this question. Okay, okay. All right. I have a question. Why do my rows not coming out even when I change colors? Oh, you see that little jagged thing? Okay, so there. Okay, so I did a video about changing colors that'll help make it more even. I don't know if you saw that video and you're still having a problem or not, but um, I don't know. It depends on how you're changing colors. Are you just tying a knot and changing the colors? Let me know. Let me know if you're how you're changing colors. Thank you so much, Mama. We had a tough few days. You uplifted me for that. Grateful money alone is just pays the bills, but we need one another. We sure do. And thank you. So who was that? Was I? Okay. Yes. Thank you, Cheryl. So true. I'm happy with that. What I have. Amen. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Okay. So if Missy Brooks wants to let me know, I'm going to just wait for Missy Brooks and then I'm going to say goodbye. I don't know. I'm not sad. I feel happy and I feel like these are like tears of joy. I don't know. I'm just so full. I feel I'm so blessed. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So, Missy. Okay. So you know what I'm going to do? I love all of you. I'm not sad. I'm really not. I feel happy. I feel really happy today. Okay, I'm going to go now. I love you all. Thank you so much. I hope all of you have a great day and a great week. I'll be back Wednesday at the same time. Okay, I'm going to go now. I love you. I love you. I got to find out my outro. Okay. All right. Let me see. Did I leave anybody out? Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm leaving. Okay. All right. Bye. Here we go. Outro.